and share what we know about Old Owl Well and what we got from the Banshee, and that we killed the ogres or the orcs and all that jazz. Is there anything else we want to do here before going back?
We want to take a rest.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We're quite wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I assume you want to take a short rest? Or would you like to take a long rest?
Let me look at my character sheet.
It would be awful if we got attacked by bandits on the way back.
Cecil's minus 22.
Ooh.
What do we get from a short rest?
A short rest allows you to expend hit dice to heal yourself. And in that case, you roll the number of hit dice that you are spending and add your Constitution modifier to each die.
Okay. I'm okay with
And
that.
I have...
As long as we rest. I currently only have 6 health left.
And a short rest lasts an hour, and a long rest lasts 8.
Well, let's at least take a short rest and then see how we're doing after that.
Yeah.
And Timura will recover 2 spell levels of spells from the short rest.
Sure thing.
Well, that's the next. Let's see if you're attacked by bandits.
Oh boy.
You will not.
Oh good.
So now on your front page, I think you've got like hit dice on the front. Yeah. And I think you can like roll those.
Yeah.
Where is... HD. So roll that once.
As many hit dice as you wish to expend.
And you get all those back after a long rest.
You get half of your hit dice back after a long rest.
I see.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. What else are hit dice good for?
Nothing.
Ah. Well, in that case...
Yeah.
Why is Cecil's a D10?
Because he's a fighter.
Mm-hmm. Because
awesome.
I'm not squishy.
And I believe you have one more if you want to spend it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yes.
There you go.
Boy. I'm back up to full.
And I'm no longer worried about us getting wiped out, which I always am when there's only 3 people in the party.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm leaning towards going back to town.
Yeah.
Droop has full hit points too.
Oh yeah.
Good for Droop.
Group will be
Excellent
really
on Droop. Pat on the back for Droop. Way to hang in there, man.
Let's at least make him neutral to you now. He's not an enemy. He's not friendly either. There you go. You're paying him after all.
We are.
I think
Are
Yuki
we?
handed him 1 copper or something, right?
Oh.
I'm giving him a silver a day and 5 gold pieces after he gets us to the castle, which we'll stop at on the way back and we'll look at and not attack with only 3 of us. Or that's my impression is we'll look at the castle, but we're not going to attack the castle.
I'm okay with someone very sneaky going and looking at the castle.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do? You want to head back to the Tribord Trail? Let me share the map with everybody once more. Only got 2 of it. There you go. You are currently 2 hexes south of the Old Owl Well. Each hex is, I think it's 5 miles. Find out. Yeah, each hex is 5 miles. What would you like to do in your newfound cave?
Oh no, we're going to leave the cave.
We are
We're
leaving
leaving
the
this
cave
cave.
hardcore.
And let me just make sure, we don't need any thumbs, right?
Thumbs?
I don't think this group ever asked about thumbs.
Okay. Yeah. You have to excuse me. Sometimes I have visions of alternate realities.
Thumbs?
In an alternate reality, a very odd conversation was held, and it was determined that the party needed to collect thumbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had to prove that we were going to, well, A, the group was trying to pull a fast one over the mayor, and B, the mayor didn't trust us, so we kind of because we were trying to pull a fast one on him. So we agreed that we would collect the thumbs of the orcs that we killed in order to prove that we actually did it.
Oh,
And so now thumbs are a whole thing in that group.
Exactly.
oh boy.
Okay, so we're going to let group kind of tell us about where we need to go in order to get to the castle from here.
Oh, I have no idea where I am.
Okay, well, we're going to get you to the trail then.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to stop by the Old Owl Well, or do we want to go kind of straight to the trail?
I have very little interest in going back to Old Owl Well. I'm really like, while we've established that we can deal with the zombies, I have no idea how we would begin to deal with anything else there.
Okay.
Yep.
And not knowing how quickly they reappear is unsettling.
So I'm thinking on the hexes, we're going to go to the 10 o'clock direction toward the Tribord Trail.
Okay. So you make 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to make camp just outside the hills, but well before you get to the Tribord Trail. So let's see. Make sure their party order is still good. I'm assuming 1, 3, 4 becomes 1, 2, 3.
That works.
Get rid of that token. And add. So.
Does that mean one of us won't be able to make the long rest?
No, you'll all be able to do a long rest.
Okay.
You can be up for 2 hours. Just extend your long rest a little longer than 8 hours, and you're fine.
Ah, okay.
Oh, and Droop can watch if you want him to.
We're not sure that he would wake us up before he ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Droop would be ashamed that we think that of him.
Droop holds you in high esteem. Alright, let's see if anything wanders in to kill you in your sleep. Nope, nothing wanders in to kill you in your sleep that night.
Oh, good.
You make it back to the Tribord Trail around noon the next day. See if anything tries to kill you.
Can we go ahead and apply the long rest? And
Oh, yes, absolutely. Getting spells back. Why would I want you to have spells? Now you have a decision to make. I think you've already made it, but would you like to go back to Phandalin, or do you want to try to find the castle?
I think we want to try and find it, and then once we find it, we're probably just going to head back. But then that way we can let Group have his money back, and he can wander back to his home and say hi to his family. Because they're not going to like him in Phandalin.
No, they're not. Droop says it's about another day away, and that we should all travel down the trail for most of the day.
Okay.
Back toward Phandalin.
we will follow Droop's instructions.
And it begins to be toward dusk, and Droop wants to head out toward the forest. Would you like to make camp along the trail, or follow Droop another hour or two into the forest and make camp?
Will we be able to get within sight of the castle today?
Droop can take you there.
Will we be able to get there and back to the trail at least before nightfall?
Sure.
That was a suspicious sounding sure.
You might want to take insight checks.
Yeah. Do we all do that, or just one of us?
All of you can. Just roll it in the chat. How is Cecil at insight?
The one who's bad at insight.
Cecil thinks Droop is definitely lying and has malicious intent.
Well, let's camp here.
All right. Nothing tries to kill you in the night.
Okay.
All right. So the next morning, Droop leads you into the forest. I closed your map. Let me get back to your map. I'm putting it in the right head.
I appear to have some kind of graphical thing that there's a large black tile on the marching formation page. Is this a graphical thing, or is there something there?
Oh, I see that too.
I don't know
And
what
I'm
you're
moving
talking
it.
about.
I'm not seeing anything black on the page.
Mine.
The marching formation, the
Ah.
parting sheet in the party sheet.
So,
Yeah.
Tim, did you update your?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Let me say, on the main menu a couple of hours ago, I hit the update button, and it did some things, and then it said check for updates instead of update. So
I'm not seeing that thing that you are seeing. I'm going to assume it is nothing.
It
Okay.
is okay.
So, where did I move that? Okay, there it is. Right. Drawing tool. The castle. You're looking at the map. I'm putting a big black dot where Cragmaw Castle is located.
Okay.
And let's get to the story. Cragmaw Castle. They don't have anything. They usually have a little thing for me to explain. All right. Cragmaw Castle. Cragmaw Castle seems to be 7 ancient towers that are connected to each other. Over the centuries, all of these towers have collapsed. So it is an ancient ruin made of these 7 fallen towers. At least I hope it's 7. It could be 5. We'll call it 7 for now. And there is a map of the players. Add one up. Apply the mask. Oh, the player map has little pins in it now. That's interesting. So, here's where you're coming from. That's how you know it's... Oh, let me share it with you. This is how you know it's Cragmaw Castle, because it clearly says so on the map. And you haven't gone all the way around the castle, just for expediency's sake. You can see all that.
Okay.
Are these odd shapes on the edges of the rings like, what's the word? Crenellations, stuff at the top of the tower, or are those passages in?
Arrow slit?
They are arrow slits built into the ground floor.
Okay.
Ah.
Ground floor, that's a little odd.
Well, the rest of the floors are destroyed.
Oh, sure, fair enough, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's really not so much of a castle anymore.
Right.
It's kind of oddly shaped to begin with, and
Yeah.
oddly placed.
There was 7 towers connected together.
Were they all the same height?
You can't tell.
Yeah. Roll a history check.
Right.
Ah. But I want to know these things now. These are important details.
If you roll a 20 on a history check, I will explain everything I possibly can.
Okay.
I
Well,
know
I have a
nothing.
-1 to history, so that's probably not going to happen.
It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But noble try all around.
Yeah.
So we spend a while meditating on the image of this castle. Okay.
Group would really like you to go in. He says it looks like there's nobody there. Let's just go on in.
I'm going to
So
roll
last time-
insight again, because he was being a little shifty earlier.
He has malicious intent.
Oh boy! Yeah, now there's that 20 on the not so important part.
Yeah. I
Gotta have those priorities.
So, Droop, last time we suggested going to the castle, you said it was a terrible idea that we would surely die. Why is it that now you want us to go into the castle?
No monsters here now.
What made you think there would be monsters here?
I flat out tell him, I don't believe you. Tell us the truth.
You mean man never believed me anyway. You keep
Well-
believing me.
Well, Droop, let's just go back to the Triboard Trail, and then you'll get your gold, and then you can go home.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna we mark where we're going so that we'll be able to get back here. And I'm not an Outlander anymore, so I can't be sure that I'll be able to get back. But every so often, I'll make a mark in a tree that will remind me that yeah, I'm on the right place. And wander. We'll go back to the Triboard Trail, at which point I will deduct 5 gold pieces from my inventory and say goodbye to Droop.
Actually, let's just deduct 1 platinum piece from the party treasure.
Okay.
There you go. You don't need me anymore?
Do you
No.
have anything else to offer us?
I can follow you till you go to sleep.
I think we're okay. We've managed. I mean, you've seen how well we can manage ourselves.
Yeah.
You might need me.
You've been useful, and we've paid you, and now you should go home.
All right.
And we're going to continue on the Triboard Trail toward Phandalin.
Yuki, you can see Droop following you.
Okay.
Surprise!
He looks like he's trying to be very sneaky.
He's not.
So
I don't know what he
I
is.
share that information with my party mates.
Good to know. Thank you.
And let's look at the overland map again. So that was about 10, 20, 25. You make it Within 5 miles of where the Tribor Trail leads off to Fenland, and it becomes dark, and you have to camp.
Okay. Well,
And Droop was following you the whole way, but once it gets dark, toward dark, he runs off.
okay. I suggest that we be extra alert tonight.
Yep.
So we haven't spent any. Is there any like advantage to like double watches or anything like that?
You don't have to take a long rest. You can stay up for a night and not have anything bad happen. You haven't spent any spells.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna stay up all night.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna trust him and sleep.
If you're gonna stay up all night, I'll stay up with them for the first part of the watch that I would normally take, but I'm gonna take my normal rest.
Okay.
I get grumpy if I don't get sleepy. If I
Yeah.
don't get my sleep.
I'm gonna do something pretty darn similar to that.
All right.
And stay up for part of the time.
I'm also nah, I won't set alarm. I'll just be watchful.
All right. So, according to the order, Yuki's going to sleep, and Cecil and Tim are going to be up toward the later towards the morning.
I have a premonition we're gonna get a map. It's gonna show up. And there's gonna be Droop and some other bad guys.
Yep.
All right. Cecil and Temeraire. Neither one of you are the most observant of characters,
Of course.
and you are surprised.
Of
I'm
course.
assuming you have a fire going, right? So there's light, right?
Sure.
All right, because Cecil can't see in the dark. And even if you can see in the dark, a fire is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, 3 goblins and Droop surprise you that night. And they're going to get attacks on you. And the first goblin is going to short bow Cecil.
Yep.
And miss.
Of course.
The second will short bow Cecil. And miss.
Of course.
The third runs into camp and will try to attack you with a scimitar.
Oh boy.
And miss.
And I riposte.
All right. You can technically do that.
What?
You're surprised, so I'm just
Oh.
you can technically do that.
Right.
I think that's correct.
Okay.
Reactions being like,
Oh wait, no, I need to roll this.
that'll hit.
Okay. One of those and one of those.
And they'll kill the goblin.
Cool.
And then Droop. Good old Droop. Tries to short bow you. He can't see
But
you.
he's not aggressive. He's yellow.
He's mean now. Now, if you will all please roll initiative. Yuki, that's enough to wake you up. So,
If it wasn't, I'm gonna shout.
But I'm still sleeping.
Yeah.
okay, you all beat the goblins' initiative anyway. So, Cecil, 2 of the goblins are 30 feet away in quote, the woods, unquote. And one of them, no, they're all 3 of them are 30 feet away shooting with short bows.
Well, I'm gonna go run at one of the ones that's 30 feet away.
Okay, they're all pretty much there right next to each other.
Okay, and I'm gonna swing at one of them.
Goblin 1, Goblin 2, or Droop?
I'll swing at Drew.
Okay.
Well, no, because we can question Drew. I'm gonna swing at Goblin
Question
1.
the other goblins too, but it's up to you.
But we know Drew, so
We
he'll
know
be
Droop.
particularly intimidated.
Or
So
not.
I'm gonna swing at Goblin 1.
Goblin 1 has an armor class of 15, so you missed him.
Ah, lame. Okay.
Alright, Camarero.
Okay. We'll do firebolt.
On Droop, Goblin 1 or Goblin 2?
They're all 3 in melee with Cecil now, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then, Troop. Well, no, it doesn't matter. They're all in the same. We'll do Goblin 1.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Damage. 7.
Dead. Okay, next. Do you want to move, or...
Is it my turn? Or is
Yes.
Cecil?
Yes.
Oh, I need to do next.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to pull out my crossbow and fire at Droop,
That hits.
Twang.
and I therefore get sneak attack damage,
Yep.
and Droop is going to die.
Droop does indeed pass from this earth.
Instant
Oh
death.
my.
Splat.
Yeah. Never trust a goblin.
Nope.
Okay, and I will pass.
Goblin 2 is going to try to run away. So, Cecil, you can attempt to use a reaction
Yes.
and attack him.
Am I able to grapple him?
Yeah, if that's the attack you want to make.
Okay, well, great. How do I do that?
Let me look up those godforsaken rules. It's often easier to attack with the intent to knock him unconscious.
Yeah, but I want to grapple him because that's more fun.
Oh, God.
Can you grapple?
Also, they're
up
small, so it'll probably be really easy.
Really? That's how easy. Yeah. Grappling small, wily characters
Grapple.
is.
Okay, grappling. There's a lot of rules. All right.
Of course.
When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use the attack action to make a special melee attack, a grapple. If you're able to make it doesn't matter. The target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger than you, and it must be within your reach. Using at least one free hand, so you gotta drop your sword, you try to seize the target by making a grapple check, a strength athletics check, contested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. So go ahead and make a strength athletics check after dropping your sword.
Well, I'm going to drop my sword. Roll.
Oh,
No!
damn it, Cecil!
No!
It's okay.
That means he punts him into the woods, right?
It's going to choose to make a dexterity acrobatics check.
Please
And
also
it
not
rolls
one.
significantly higher than you. So you have failed to grapple it. All right. And it succeeds in moving 30 feet away. Then it's going to take a double move to move another 30 feet. And then it's going to use its special goblin move to move another 30 feet.
Oh my gosh.
None of you can see the goblin anymore.
I'm going to go up to Droop and take our platinum piece back and see if he and any other money that he has on his person.
He has a platinum and a couple silver.
Okay.
I'll add it to your
You can
party
add that
figure.
back to the party.
Yeah.
And along with whatever.
He'll also have 10 copper pieces.
Okay.
That's how much the intel was worth to the guys back in the castle.
He made it all the way back to the castle.
Well, it's getting towards.
He's moving 90 feet a turn, yeah.
Mm.
Those goblins can move when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you just let the other goblin get away.
I'm not chasing him in the dark.
Yeah, no, not a chance.
All right, the other goblin gets away.
I would have if he hadn't moved so dang quick.
Well, you try to grapple him, and he's out there. He doesn't stick around for that. Fancy combat maneuvers.
Yeah.
You just saw us go 3 for 3 in one-shotting.
You need to add this onto your
buddies.
Encounters for XP. Do that. Yay! Okay. And the rest of the evening is uneventful.
Good.
What would you like to do in the morning?
Wake up.
Go into
You're up.
Fandolin.
All right, you head back into Fandolin. And I need a short rest myself.
Okay.
I will be right back.
Okay.
If you do any shopping, you can buy anything that's in the Player's Handbook while you're in Fandolin. Go ahead and take care of that, and I will add your reward back into the party treasure and handle that once I get back from the bathroom.
Okay.
I should have been studying up on the gear stuff to decide if there's any of the stuff that I actually want.
Gosh, too expensive. So I'm looking at the ball bearings, which I like to throw 1,000 of them. And so it's funny because like you can throw 100 and it will do exactly the same thing as 1,000.
Guys, we should buy a warship.
Warship. Yeah, we don't. I'm afraid we don't have that kind of money yet.
Let me revise my previous statement and say you can buy any adventuring gear on a fan. They don't sell warships.
They don't sell warships in the random half-destroyed, landlocked hill town?
Well,
You should probably tell us you can buy whatever you want within reason.
there's someone that'll sell you a warship in Fandolin.
I want to buy the Brooklyn Bridge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're that foolish. Also, each of you are approached. Because you do go back to Sister Gorille and do that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You're turning in all your crap. Getting all your stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Sister Gorille had promised you 3 potions of healing for information.
And there's 3 of us. It's
Entering gear.
That's how convenient.
1, 2, 3. And the town master promised you some money.
I took one of the potions of healing, and you 2 are welcome to one each of the others.
It isn't
Sure.
done.
Tim has his.
100 gold pieces. So I've added the 100 gold pieces under the party trader. Is there anything for finding Cragmore Castle? So each of you is approached by various people while you're shopping and doing odd things. Sister Garail approaches each of you and informs you that she is a member of the secret organization known as the Harpers, and that you have displayed such amazing skill at finding this lost information that she would be happy to sponsor your membership in that organization. They are protectors of the world from magic that would otherwise grow out of control. You can talk to her at any time about it if you're not willing to join her today. Sildar, the warrior you rescued from the goblins, who was the companion of Grundrin Rockseeker,
Yes.
approaches each of you. And since you have found Cragmaw Castle and defeated the Red Cloaks and
Red brands.
Red Brands and defeated the Orcs, he informs you that he is a member of the Lord's Alliance, which is a secret organization of people who are in charge of cities and kingdoms, and they exist to fight off the forces of chaos and keep evil at bay. And he would be happy to sponsor any of your memberships in the Lord's Alliance. You can talk to him about it at any time. And finally, let me find her name. It's much easier now that I can look up NPCs. Halia Thornton, who runs the Miners Exchange, will approach each of you because you defeated the Red Cloaks and have proven your worth in defeating the Orcs. She informs you that she is a member of the secret organization known as the Zentarum. And the Zentarum focuses on improving each member's lot in life and is a very powerful secret organization. If you would like to join her in it, she'll be happy to sponsor you.
I'm going to assume that my criminal contact has let me know about the Zentarum, and so I would like to be sponsored.
Halia would be your criminal contact in Phandalin.
In Phandalin. Okay. I'm in.
Is it known that this organization is criminal?
No, the organization isn't criminal, barely, but they're kind of, what do you even call them? They're monopolistic. They're like a Sword Coast version of the Red Brands. They do things at a higher level than that. But yeah, they shake down whole cities.
Okay.
And until today, none of you really thought any of these things were real. Because you'd always heard of the Harpers, but the Harpers were this mythical, like Elminster was a Harper, and he fought off demons and mythic necromancers.
The Harpers was the first group that approached us, correct?
Yes. You
Okay.
now can join the Harpers, or the Lord's Alliance, or the Zentarum.
I would like to join the Harpers. Temeraire would like to
What
join
do the Harpers do again? They defend people from evil magic stuff.
Evil magic.
Correct.
Pretty much it. And what did the Lord's Alliance do?
The
Just
Lord's
kind of we're Lord people.
Yes, they are the rulers, keeping the man down.
Okay. Harper sounds fun. I'll join them.
All right, please note that on your character sheet.
Okay.
One of the primary advantages from a metagame point of view is that as long as you're a member of one of these, until you become 5th level, you have one free resurrection from your organization.
Where do we write this down?
It used to be, prior to being changed, it was in your notes section, but now I believe it's in the log, and that you can't actually edit it.
Well, then I'm going to have a hard time writing that down for myself.
Yeah.
Just write it down in abilities. Add it to your features. For now.
Features. Okay.
Until we'll patch it soon. So.
Harper?
Yep. Or Zentarum, depending on, or Lord's Alliance. They're all fantastically excellent organizations.
Are there any not fantastically excellent secret alliances?
No, all secret alliances are fantastically excellent. At least the 5 that players can commonly join. All right, that done. Let's go ahead and divide up the treasure at this point. You have even more money if you need it.
Cecil, you need to take your potion of healing out of the inventory in the party sheet.
Oh, okay.
You guys are the only 3.
How
There's your
do I
money.
drag it onto my...
You can drag the little shield onto your thing.
Oh, okay.
There's your XP. All right, Sildar also has another quest for you.
Oh, boy.
Another quest.
Just let me find the dang thing. Aha! If you can, locate Cragmaw Castle and drive off the tribe's chieftain. Sildar will give you 500 gold pieces as a reward.
By the tribe's chieftain, does he mean the Black Spider?
No. Cragmaw Castle is known to be run by the king of the goblins, who is currently a character named something. That character is named King Grawl.
Fat loot.
500 gold, man. That's a lot distributed for 3 people.
Somehow I think 3 of us aren't going to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what I keep wondering
where's your
about.
adventuring spirit?
Okay, so we've seen at least the outside of this castle. And we're in town with a decent hunk of change in our pockets, and we know we're going to get 500 for it. Can anybody think of any traps or planning that we can do that might help us take this castle?
Well, before I was
We should
thinking...
buy a battering ram to break down the door.
Yeah.
Good suggestion, Cecil. Thank you for that. Yuki, you were about to say?
Well, before I was thinking we could pretend like we were red brands, but now that Droop has warned them, I don't think that'll work.
Yeah, I'm not sure red brands would be welcome. Well, no, because there was correspondence with Glassstaff, so
Right.
yeah, that was an okay idea. I don't. Well, did Droop tell him? Well, regardless of whether or not Droop told them that we took out the red brands, Glassstaff has probably had time. I'm sure they know that the red brands have been taken out by now.
Oh, wait. I had forgotten. This is because I randomly forget things. In that group of goblins that you just killed, um, Droop had. Oh, it was the only one carrying any money. But another goblin had a picture roughly drawn of Temeraire, and on the back written in both common and goblin, it says this one, 25 gold pieces. And it's got a symbol of a black spider.
Fascinating.
You're wanted, dead or alive.
I'm wanted. I feel like I should go to a club and share how
Man,
popular I am.
why are you more popular than I am? I want to be wanted.
Well, you might be. It's just that we know that Tim is wanted.
Yeah.
For all we know, all of us have a price on our head.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So my point still.
the goblins do know at least what one of you looks like.
All right. So knowing that, it might be conceivable for. Well, nah. Yuki, I doubt is going to look like a red brand no matter what. If we had more of us, then it would be interesting for the human-looking ones to dress up as red brands and march me in.
I'm the only human-looking one right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that this would work, but we could go looking for the necklace.
What necklace?
What necklace?
When we cleaned out the Red Brand hideout, we rescued a woman and her son,
Oh, that's right. There was another side quest.
and she said that there was a necklace that was like most of the way back to
Yeah,
that
in Thunder
Waterdeep?
Tree.
In Thunder Tree, right? Like all the way back at Neverwinter. It's quite a ways away. But I'm thinking that since there's only 3 of us, that might be
That might be a little more reasonable
manageable.
goal than storming the castle. Yeah, I vote we go to Thunder Tree.
All right. Thunder Tree is a considerable distance away. You might want to purchase some food.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how much. So right now, my inventory says I have 15 rations. I'm not
You
sure if I was supposed to burn some of those in our recent adventure.
will have used at least 5 of those.
5 of those, okay.
So
So just change that number down to 10.
I'm going to pay for 10 and increase it to 20.
That's a good idea. So those were what, 5 silver each?
Yep.
Okay,
So
so 50 is 24.
And how do you propose to get to Thunder Tree? The easiest path that the villagers would say that you should take the Tribor Trail to the high road, and then stop at Neverwinter and rent boats, and have the boats take you to Thunder Tree. That would be very expensive. If you're more adventurous, I mean, you have a basic map and basic understanding of the layout of the land, you could just rough it over land, and that's going to take you 1, About 2.5 days overland through the grass and trees.
That don't
Two and
sound
a
too
half,
bad.
2.5 days just from Neverwinter to Thundertree?
No, from Phandalin to Thundertree. If you avoid the road, basically. The road will take you a lot. The road will take you a bit longer and it will be more expensive.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
willing to rough it.
well, what I'm
Me too.
thinking is we could take the Tribord Trail to the high road and then maybe 3 hexes down from Neverwinter, head off to Thundertree from there.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
So instead of like going all the way without a road, we
Yeah.
could take
That
the road
that will
mostly.
add an extra day,
It will.
but it should be safer.
Yeah.
Or we could just walk along the side of the forest and go in a straight line.
What could possibly go wrong?
I vote high
Hey,
road.
that's how we get more experience.
I vote we take the high road.
Sure. Let's take the high road.
Fine.
There's still plenty of time for things to get exciting as we're cutting across there, so.
So anyway, you figure you'll need at least 7 days of food before you leave.
Uh-huh.
So you have that, and off to Thundertree you go. The first day, nothing happens to any of you. The second day, nothing happens to any of you. The third day, nothing happens to any of you.
Oh boy.
And midday on the third day, you get to Thundertree.
Oh boy.
I am supposed to read to you this thing that I'm posting. Gradually, the trail becomes an old, overgrown lane, winding between dilapidated buildings choked with vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill, upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoining cottage. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact. The whole place is eerily silent. A wooden sign is nailed to a post nearby. It reads, "Danger! Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now."
Nout.
Nout? What's nout mean?
I think it means the Wizards of the Coast didn't run their spell checker.
That would be a really hard mistype. That would also be a really hard misspell. Brush door, intact wall.
So my guess is that it was supposed to be an exclamation point, and it got put into a PDF, and then the PDF was scanned, and then it got turned into Nout, and the spell checker didn't find it for some reason.
Okay, that I could believe. That chain of
You're
events.
correct, because in the official published adventure, it is now an exclamation point.
Good deduction.
Okay.
Since they could have also been commenting on the intelligence of the writer.
Yeah, but everything else is at least spelled correctly, and putting a T on the end of the word now, like he spelled the whole word now correctly and then added a T, there are much better ways to misspell that sentence.
Yes.
Okay, you pretty much got all that down. There you go. Ruins of Thundertree.
Ooh. And then
So which end are we coming in from?
we're coming in from the south.
Yes, by where the compass is.
Okay.
Cool beans. Okay. Do we want to? Okay, so there's one building. Okay, several of the buildings are actually intact.
Yes.
Is it safe to assume that any building that has solid walls and doors also has like a roof?
No.
No. Do any of the buildings have roofs?
Most of them are partial roofs.
Okie dokie. We were told something about this town that we were supposed to look for. There was a necklace or something that we were looking for. Were we told where it was supposed to be?
Yes, it was. I need light. Light, more light. Ah, it was in the herbalist's shop, which is um. It is roughly from what the lady told you. The herbalist shop, her family's herbalist shop. I need a new mouse. Every click is a double click. There. It is roughly here. The building I drew a circle around.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Also, if you're looking at roofs, roofs, the house immediately or the building immediately to your left looks to be a little bit better than the other kind of ruined houses. It even has shutters.
Okay. So I keep forgetting the warning about plant monsters and zombies.
So
Reinforced doors. Wow.
so there are like what I'm going to call thick grid lines and thin grid lines. So the thin grid lines, so there's four of them, four squares in a thick square. So the thick squares are 10 feet wide. Is that
And the thin ones are 5. That's what it looks like to me.
okay? Well,
Each of the smallest squares is 10 feet.
okay.
The
The
smaller
smaller
squares.
ones.
Yes.
Okay.
This place is almost as big or bigger than Phandalin, maybe.
It was a major city before a volcanic eruption that unleashed zombies upon the city.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So
30
I vote.
Just a word, okay? We might face some hostile people, but don't raise your voices unnecessarily. I mean, don't be skulking around if you have to take a big, strong hit, and we can't avoid that, but don't be making unnecessary noise because they're like if we have to hit the zombies, we don't want to make the plant monsters mad. You just see what I'm saying?
Sure
This is
thing.
Yeah.
a big place, right? Okay. So, oh gosh, there we are. Gosh, I'm tiny.
Oh my.
So do we want to check out this less ruined looking building first?
Sure. Well,
Yes.
did you say that was a reinforced door?
reinforced with bands.
Well, let's knock. Do you want to try knocking?
Sure.
I mean, we're not going to sneak up on them unless it's unlocked. Well, let's see if it's unlocked first. I'm looking around, by the way, because I expect there to be plant monsters and zombies.
The door is locked.
So knock quietly.
Do you knock? Are you by the door instead of Cecil?
I vote Cecil knocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
The door opens, and a gaunt, white-bearded human, um, in leather armor. I think that's what he's wearing. Doesn't actually list his equipment. He'll have leather armor and a staff. Opens the door and says, "Hello."
I'm
I
making
look
sure
surprised and say hello.
I'm making sure my crossbow is not aimed at this person, right? We're being non-threatening.
What brings you to Thunder Tree?
Hi. We were wondering about the plant monsters.
Oh, they're hideous.
There a blight on the town?
Not much of a town. I suggest you depart from where you came.
Well, we have some rummaging to do. Do they come out at night, or do the plant monsters day walkers?
Well, there are many things here that will kill you. There are ash zombies that have overrun the village. Um, there are mutated plants. There are dangerous giant spiders that lurk near the ruins. And I suspect that there are some bandits on the east side of the town, folk in black masks and cloaks. But I am most concerned these days about the dragon.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
The dragon.
of course there's a dragon.
And we thought this place was going to be easy.
Yeah.
Again, I'd just go back from where I came if I were you three folks.
And why are you here?
Well, my name is Rydoth, and I'm a member of the Emerald Enclave protecting this part of Faerun.
Oh,
I'm Yuki.
I'm Cecil.
I'm Tim.
We're just going to try and find some family heirlooms that were left by a family in Phandalin. So I'll try and avoid the dragon.
Well, probably not worth your lives, gentlemen.
Yeah. Can you tell us where the dragon is so we don't go there?
Yeah, the dragon has taken residence in the tower in the north part of town.
Okay. And who's on the east side again?
I've just noticed a lot of people wearing black masks and in robes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's
Yes, thank
useful
you.
information.
Do you know anything about the former inhabitants
Of Thunder
of this
Tree?
town? Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't remember what we know about the
You know,
lady whose heirloom we're looking for, but if you
it was a well, your character
give us somewhere to start looking.
it was a thriving settlement
Right.
until 30
We
minutes.
might not know individual people.
No, but nobody but him lives here now.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
actually
I just thought if I say the name of the person who lost the pendant, whether or not that would ring a bell.
her
Do
name
you,
is,
do you remember the Drendars?
the who?
The Drendars? They were herbalists.
Oh, I only got here about 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks anyways.
You're going to be leaving though, right?
Sure,
Of
something like
course, as
that.
soon as possible.
Before nightfall, for sure. Thank you very much.
Do you have any friends?
Not
Not.
today. We had some, but
They tend to disappear at the strangest times
Well,
and reappear at the strangest times.
And
I
in the strangest ways.
I really stay out of the ruins. That ash zombies are not to be trifled with, nor is a dragon.
Yeah. And is there a particular part of the town that the ash zombies are in?
They are all over town.
All over town.
That's why I put up the sign.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
job,
what?
my job is to keep people like you away and not dead.
So what does? Was there a reason why you spelt now with a T at the end?
Um, he didn't. Some mischievous soul must have come along and changed it.
Hate those graffiti people.
All those
miscreants.
zombies,
Okay.
they're crafty.
So, um, do you want to go out of town and then come back in just from the edge to get to the herbalist place? Or do you want to go through the middle of town to get there?
I'm considering. Well, okay. Is it okay? So it's. I mean, the town is obviously pretty big. Is it obvious? Like, do we actually do the characters have this good a map of town?
No, I mean you got the rough lay of the land.
Okay. Would we know enough to be able to loop around outside the town and come in from the south, right underneath the herbalist shop there?
Well, it's just through the woods. It's just not on the map.
Yeah.
You can march through the woods.
Yeah. There were these big letters.
I mean,
They spelled out ruins of Thunder Tree. I think we could walk along those letters.
right off's not gonna stop you from marching through town. He's just concerned you're gonna die.
Yeah, well, I'm concerned about that too.
Yep.
I am perpetually concerned about that. It's kind of a phobia for me.
He's just as concerned you'll die if you talk him through your plan. He's just as concerned you'll die by going the other way.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
think we should go the other way because at least if they come after us, we have a way to run. We can run away if we
Yeah.
have to. If we go through the middle of town, if we're running away from one group of bad people, we could run into another group of bad people.
Yep.
Also looping around to the south keeps us 100 feet or so further away from the dragon.
That's true too. Okay, so I'm gonna move down south, and if he's still there, I will thank the man in the house. I'm forgetting his name already.
Right off.
Rydal.
I will go with Yuki.
Well, try not to make any more zombies. And he shuts the door.
By make any more zombies, he means die, right?
You suspect that's what he means.
Yeah.
I would imagine so, yes.
So let's speed things along
Okay.
by not drawing a line.
It's a very speedy line. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. A casual stroll through the woods.
Yep.
We're going to try and be quiet as we pass this other house here that seems to be in good repair. Yeah. And go in the door on the northwest corner, yeah, of the herbalist shop.
All right. The thing to your left appears to. It has a wide chimney and rotted piles of firewood jumbled outside. It appears that in its heyday, it was probably a smithy.
Mm-hmm.
What is a snivy?
A place
You mean
where
a smithy?
a place where they make chainmail.
Ah,
Now looks like a good time for me to make another perception check. Oh, should you want me to put that in the tower?
That was fine. You don't see anything particularly threatening.
Okay. I'll look in. Do we need a light source to see in there, or is it well lit?
It's the middle of the day. It doesn't really have a roof anymore.
Okay. And
Just let
does
me
it,
move my maps around and things.
does it look like these holes, are they where people could just walk through, or are the walls basically intact, although there are cracks and stuff? How big are the holes? Like, I'm looking at these cracks here.
could zombies suddenly pour in from all sides?
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking.
In the ruined herbalist shop, it does not appear that the walls are crumbled enough for a medium-sized creature to wander through them.
Okay. I suggest one of you guys keep watch while me and one other of you look through and try and find this.
I'll keep watch.
I can throw down alarm.
An emerald necklace. That's what we're looking for. Left in a storage shelf. Okay. So I'm going to look for a storage shelf. Is there anything looking like a storage shelf?
Anyone else going in?
Wait, I have a question. So I don't have alarm memorized, which makes me sad because I would kind of like to throw it. Well, no, because alarm will make noise. Never mind. I don't want to make alarm anyway. But I will stay outside and stand watch.
And Cyril, where is Cecil?
Standing watch.
Okay, I'll search by myself then.
All right, Frank, make a perception check for Yuki.
Okay, tower or chat?
And just public. Yuki finds a gold necklace with a fine emerald pendant worth 200 gold pieces.
Oh boy, that sounds like what we're looking for.
Yep.
That was suspiciously easy.
Well, you were told about it.
Is there anything else obvious here?
It's long. I mean, it's been unused for years.
Okay. So, I'm thinking we should go back and come back on a day when there are 7 of us.
Or 8 or 9.
We ran away.
Exactly.
Precisely. There it is. When we were in Fandolin looking for things to shop for, I briefly considered looking to see if coconuts showed up. But,
Bravely Sir Robin ran away, I think.
yes.
All right, where would you like to go?
Well, it's only been an hour and a half, but I'm thinking we should go back to Fanlin and wait until next week, guys.
Yeah, I
I'm
was thinking
starting
the
to think
same
that way
thing.
too.
You don't want to explore the town at all, especially to the north?
Not with only 3 of
That
us.
statue has a star on it. That looks important.
Right.
Well, I mean, we might be able to handle some cultists over on the east, but I'm not sure.
Depends on the cultists.
That's true, but I don't want to. I don't want to get these. I don't want to handle this.
I don't want to get this town riled up
Yep.
right now. I think we're going to heed the warning of the brave protector over there and bravely run away.
Yep.
All right.
Like Sir Robin.
It was pretty far to get to here.
Well, I mean, all it cost us was 3 days of rations, 7 days of rations.
Okay.
So, that's
Considering we got loot worth 200 gold out of it already, I'd call that a win.
Yep.
I mean, so metagaming, I could say, well, let's just go out and camp, and then that way we don't have to then come back when we've got 4 more people with us. Like, let's just go out and camp and let's see if 4 of our party members mysteriously show up.
We could mess around in Neverwinter.
Is there something I'd like to get in Neverwinter? I could get that in Phandalin too.
All right. So, going
Yeah.
out to the woods and camping?
No, I think it makes sense to go back to Phandalin.
All right.
Maybe just go back to Neverwinter.
I think so too, because it's so much closer.
Okay.
Maybe share some gossip about Old Owlwell.
Yeah.
There's a thunder tree. You want to go back to Neverwinter? The coast. It will take you a day. So 5, 10, 15 left camp. You can make it back to Neverwinter. It's just 10 more miles. You can make it back to Neverwinter today.
Okay.
You'll arrive late in the. It'll be well into dark, but there's boats along this river. There's farmhouses along the river. You'll be fine. So you arrive in this town of Neverwinter. It's a giant city. From whence you started this adventure.
Yeah.
What exactly, or in general, would you like to accomplish while you're in Neverwinter?
Well,
I'm gonna find an inn or a pub or whatever
Me
and
too.
share gossip and pry for gossip about Old Owlwell.
Oh, you can also, since you're a wizard, you can go to any of the wizarding guilds.
I will do that.
That would probably be a better place to.
That would be a better place to ask about creepy necromancy stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably gonna go fight people.
That
See
would
if I can
be a bad idea.
Not like bad fighting, but like find people who are doing fighting training, or do
Go to
like
a
one of
gym and
those.
work out.
Yeah, or like kind of like that, or do one of those arena fight things.
They don't have arena fights in Neverwinter.
Ah, that's lame.
I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can find any Zentarum contacts and see if I can get additional information about what's going on at Thunder Tree, and otherwise, basically, find out about my organization that I've just joined.
Okay. Let's handle the Wizarding Guilds first.
And we're gonna meet up tomorrow morning at this inn. Okay, guys.
Sure thing.
Yes.
Alright, we'll handle the Wizarding Guilds. I'll let Cecil try to find some mercenary people, and then I'll handle Yuki.
Should I make roll for it or something?
I think we'll deal with that when we get there.
So, Tim Rare, what is your general approach to sleuthing out information about Old Owl Well?
I'll mention that we passed by Old Owl Well, and heard some unsettling sounds coming from the area, and decided to avoid it. And was wondering if anyone had heard news about what was going on there.
That's like 300 miles away, kid. You have the newest news.
Fair enough. I was just wondering. Because there was also this tent. This strangely ornate tent that we saw. That was,
Well, did you go in it?
we tried to avoid the area, but I was wondering why anyone would make camp in a place like that.
Maybe they were circus performers.
In an abandoned ruin. That's
Where,
not.
where better to tame your bears?
Fair point.
Well, I knew a crazy person that set up tent in outside a volcano. Mad as a hatter he was.
Were there zombies there?
Not that I recall. Did you see any zombies?
That's what seemed to be going on, yeah.
Well, can't make that the first thing you saw, not a weird tent. What'd you do about the zombies?
Well, we knocked a couple of them over, but when we came back the other way, they were replaced.
Huh.
So we kind of skirted that.
Well, good for you. Should have killed all of them, though. World the worst place because you left zombies in it.
Like I said, we took a couple of them down, but they came back. We were kind of out of our depth with that.
They do that.
Really?
Horrible, horrible critters. Undead. Should talk to some priests about it. Maybe they can take care of it.
I will do that, thank you.
So, you like, paid your dues, right?
What?
Paid your guild dues, right?
I assume so. Out of character, I assume so.
Oh, you haven't.
Okay.
But it's not an issue unless you...
How much are guild dues?
Oh, guild dues! They run you 5 gold pieces a month.
Oh, really? Okay, so what is the penalty if I don't, and what is the advantage if I do?
We let you use the library. And you can stay here when you're in town.
Okay, that's good to know. In that case, I will go ahead and pay my dues.
What'd you say your name was?
Timorare.
You're probably in arrears, because you probably haven't paid it ever, right?
I believe I have. I've been on this adventure the last few days, but I've been out of pocket for. Geez, it's been a couple of weeks now, hasn't it?
Are you originally from Neverwinter, or were you passing through? I can't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure I was passing through.
Well, you've never paid your dues.
Not here, no.
Right.
So
Well,
yes, I will pay dues here.
But out of character, you only joined last week
right.
in Phandalin.
Well, they're trying to make extra money, Frank.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just letting you know, out of character, you've only been a member this 1 week.
So I'm confused because you said because I was a wizard, there was this thing I could do. And I was under the impression that I had been a wizard for a while. That
Oh,
was like
I'm
my
sorry.
backstory.
I was thinking that you were talking to the Harpers. Never mind. I'm wrong.
No. I was considering that as well, but this is not the
Yeah, there's
Harpers.
no cost to be a member of the Harper. The Harpers. All right, kid, you're new. 5 gold pieces a month, and you're on the books.
Okay, so that's 5 gold pieces, and then I'll go check out the library.
All right, they have a vast research library.
Okay.
There are 2 guild halls in Neverwinter for wizards, and you once they let the other place know that you are a member, which they do every week or so, you can use both libraries. This one specializes in history, so when you make any history roll or investigation roll, you can make it with advantage while you're here.
Awesome. So, first I will study the history of Old Well.
All right, please make a history check with advantage. Old Well. Let me get the actual history of Old Well. Old Well was who built it? Don't care about that. Don't care about that. It has a history. Old Alwell was about 15 centuries ago, built by a powerful wizard. I guess I can make up his name. Make up your own name. To study in private, away from the prying eyes of other wizards. You find several references to people who tried to pay him visits and were turned away, and eventually it was raided by orcs and basically abandoned and demolished.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, so before when we were standing outside Cragmaw, you said that we would need to roll a natural 20. Would I still need to roll a natural 20 here? Or is there some chance? I'm going to go ahead and try and research
Yeah, go ahead.
Cragmaw Castle. Still advantage? Yeah.
You'll still leave a 20, but you'll have advantage.
I have advantage now. God,
There
19.
you go.
Sad day.
And
Okay, so no news on Cragmaw.
what exactly were you wanting to know?
If all the towers were the same height.
Oh,
Who built it?
it was
When-
originally built by wizards thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
Yes. It's called Forgotten Realms because it's been around for a very long time.
Sure.
The towers were not of the same height. You find a detailed a tapestry of the place hidden squirreled away in one of the rooms that shows like a couple of towers were 100 feet tall, a couple others were. The main one was 200, and it looks much different than it does today. Today it's just this moldering ruin.
Sure thing.
was built by several high wizards, uh, taken over later by other kingdoms, and now has fallen into ruin.
Okay. There's obviously no clue about when goblins started to take over it.
You have several journal reports from wandering adventurers that just mention that it has been overridden by goblins, and the earliest of those reports begins about 15 years ago.
15. Okay, interesting. Okay, good to know. Okay, and let's see here. Also, Thunder Tree.
Thunder Tree, there's plenteous information about but unless you want something super specific, it's just the same story that you've heard from everybody. It was a thriving town. Volcano erupted. Zombies invaded. Bad things. Bad things. Bad things.
Bad things, bad things. Okay, cool.
Happened about 30 years ago.
Okay. And I'm debating whether or not to study Phandalin and Wave Echo Cave. Since other people still have turns to take, can I get some intuition about whether or not it would be useful to study Phandalin and Wave Echo Cave?
Pretty much heard all the history that
Yeah.
you need.
Okay.
I will assume going forward that you have researched Wave Echo Cave and that you are up to date on the newest conspiracy theories.
Okie dokie. That's good to know. Okay. Then I would also like to go to a priest to ask about consecrating Old Elwell.
Oh, well, that'll be pretty pricey. How much money you got?
It's not that I want this for my own good. It's just, it's there, and it was a matter of concern. I don't really have money for an endeavor like this. That's just
Oh. Well, we got plenty of things to do here, kid.
okay. What would the process for something? So the problem was that we knocked a couple of zombies over, and they reappeared the next day.
Seems pretty troubling.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
if you give me a minute, I can tell. They'll tell you. I just need to find out the level of the spell. Spellcasting services are a thing that you can buy. I just don't happen to know the spell's level off the top of my head.
I seem to recall there was a fairly low one that was 1 or 2 that was to prevent a corpse from being reanimated, but I'm not sure if this was the same corpse being reanimated or new ones coming up. We didn't pay that close of attention.
Well, let's see. Once we got to Old Owl Well, it'd be about 5,000 gold pieces. And of course, you'd have to pay us to go there.
Sure.
Now, whereabout is it in the world?
Do you know where Coneyberry is? I mean, I can show them on the map.
Oh, yeah, they have maps. Whew, that's pretty far.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to just get somebody from Leland? They're loads closer.
I may do that. We'll see. Thank you for the input.
They don't consider it a big deal. It's just zombies.
It's just a handful of zombies.
If
Okay.
it was close to Neverwinter, they'd care. But
Yeah.
you're talking about something days and days away out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It was just curious that there was this tent there with someone who appeared to be, I don't know, studying them or something. So if random zombies in a corner of the world isn't important to you, I was wondering why it was important to someone else.
Well, it's important, but I would have thought you would have took care of it, young sir.
We took a shot, and it appeared to do nothing, so
Well, try again.
fair enough.
We'll get that old mean guy.
All right. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
In that case, I will go spend the night at the Wizard Guild that I just paid for,
All right.
and then meet back up with my crew in the morning.
Okay. So, Cecil, there are numerous merchant guilds and mercenary uh, companies, nobles that have uh, weapon masters on staff. Uh, what are your goals?
Training?
To what end?
Fight people for fun?
Oh, 5 people for fun. That's
I'd,
right.
I'd have gone to an arena, but apparently there is none in Neverwinter.
Oh, they're pretty lawful here. Lawful do-gooders. You can start a tavern. That's what tavern brawls are for.
What?
That's what tavern brawls are for. But you
Uh-huh.
get in a lot more trouble starting a tavern brawl here than you would if you did it in Phandalin.
I would get in more trouble?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, I don't want to do something that's going to get me into trouble.
Then looking for a fight might not be the best idea.
No, it's like a martial artist going to a dojo in a new city that he's visiting, but not empty-handed with a sword instead.
You're not. Neverwinter's not that kind of town.
Okay,
I mean, if
see,
you
I
wait,
was not aware of that.
if you wait until Neverwinter's like Nashville. I mean,
Okay,
it is the center of the area.
yeah,
Now, if you wait until nighttime, there are all sorts of people skulking about up to no good, and you could possibly accost them. Um, but they have friends, so
With
yeah.
knives.
Well, I have a sword.
You're alone.
Yeah, but I have a sword.
and you
I'm
might
probably just gonna go sleep as soon as I come to this realization.
and you might want to talk about Yuki about what those people carry that have quite a bit more range on you than the sword.
Yeah. I
Plus,
mean, I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna start getting myself into trouble.
okay. Well, then you make your way back to the inn that you're supposed to meet your friends at.
Yeah.
All right, and Yuki, remind me what you were going to try to do. Zentarum stuff. Um, there's a significant Zentarum presence in Neverwinter. Um, they do not own the Thieves Guild, but if you want Thieves Guild contacts, you have criminal contacts all over. Um, what specific kinds of information were you looking for? You might be muted.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm wondering if, from the Zentarum, I'm wondering if there are any tasks that would be suitable for not a large group of people, little things that need to get done that an individual or a very small group of individuals would be able to accomplish that they would appreciate and could get me further in their good graces. Assuming I've got other contacts, then I will be buying a forgery kit and a poisoner's kit, which I've already paid for and dragged into my equipment.
They can set you up with the kits.
Okay.
They have a whole lot of work for a small group of folks, but it's across the sea. Would you be willing to travel?
Well, in character, I probably would, but out of character, I can't because I got to
Right.
be going back to Thunder Tree.
Right.
Yeah. So I will take that under advisement, but I don't think I can do that now.
Ah, this is a shame.
Yeah. Okay.
Such
But
an inspiring career you could have had with just a few weeks.
just a few weeks. Of course, I'll have to talk to my friends. If I agreed to go, when does the ship leave?
We can pretty much let you leave any day.
Okay. Well, I might come back, but I at the moment I've got some friends that are counting on me, so um, I can't commit to
And
that now.
they mentioned the name a couple of cities. There's a city called Hillsfar and a city called Mulemaster. So there's a lot of stuff going on that they're looking for people like you to take care of.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'll go back to the inn. I've got my kits. I'll go back to the inn and get a good night's sleep and meet my friends in the morning. So now out of character, can you tell me how the poisoner's kit works in terms of now if I want to fashion poisons, I can for the cost of the thing, or does the poisoner's kit allow me to make like 2 poisons without paying gold, or how does that work?
You will pay gold, but it allows you to make poisons
Okay.
based on stuff that you have.
Okay.
And you look up.
I've got proficiency, but then I guess I need to get recipes, or do I know about them? Is there like a book of, the Rogue's Guide to Poisons?
I am looking up the rules right now.
Okay.
57. Oops. I have a list of poisons and their doses. Crafting and harvesting poisons. Aha! During downtime between adventures, a character can use the crafting rules in the player's handbook to create basic poison if the character has proficiency with a poisoner's kit. So there is a basic poison listed that you can craft.
Okay.
Not all poison ingredients are available for purchase, and tracking down certain ingredients might form the basis of an entire adventure. Once you encounter a poisonous creature, you can use your skill in your poisoner's kit to attempt to extract its poison.
So the spiders.
Right.
Okay.
And mechanically, just so you know, if you fail that check, you don't extract any poison. If you fail the check by more than 5, you are subjected to the effects of the poison.
Okay. And the skill is based on which statistic?
Intelligence.
Oh, great. Okay.
But you have proficiency, so you get to add your proficiency.
Right. So I'm doing it at a +1 instead of a -1.
And
Okay.
you can do it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to lose by 5.
Right. Which means I would have to roll a 4 or less. So a 20% chance I get hit with the poison.
No, it depends on what poison you're trying to extract.
Oh.
You
Okay.
lose by 5. 5 less than what you need.
Right.
Okay. And I was assuming that what I needed was a 10.
Oh, no. There's all different difficulties.
Different poisons have different difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay. And if that happens, do I get to roll a saving throw and only take half the damage? And
Right. It's whatever the effect of the poison is.
Okay. Well,
But whatever's in the player's handbook, you can. There's crafting rules in the player's handbook, and you can just follow those for
Okay.
poison.
I will do that then.
And that could be a good use of your downtime days.
Okay.
All right. I'm assuming we'll just stop here and pick up here. Hopefully. Oh, wait. Next week. I have to cancel next week. Not the Tuesday, but next Sunday and Tuesday. Sunday because I'll be in Atlanta or driving back from Atlanta, and Tuesday because I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and for most of the day Friday meetings that stretch on until like 7:30.
Oh God.
Just a wonderful week.
Yeah.
So we will meet again on the 22nd then?
I'm just going to pull up my calendar. Yes. The 22nd
Okay.
and 4th we will have games, but the 15th and the 17th we will not.
Okay. Fantastic.
Then the next week is the weekend of Thanksgiving, and I will likely cancel the 29th and the 1st.
All right.
Oh,
Okie dokie.
so there's nothing else to distribute.
We have a gold necklace.
All right. Are you planning to sell the necklace, or are you planning to give the necklace back to the family?
Well,
I would give it back to the family.
okay.
So the family told us about it after we rescued her from prison and likely death or enslavement by the Red Brands.
Yes, and they informed you
Yeah.
that it was one of their most treasured family heirlooms.
We're not under a moral obligation to return it, but I
think it would be the nice thing to do.
It would not bother me at all to return it rather than get, what is it worth, 200 gold pieces?
200 gold pieces.
But I'm not rich enough to like buy out your what is it? Your shares.
Share of it.
Yeah, I'm not rich enough to do that. But if you guys
we
agree,
we aren't done with Thunder Tree yet. We obviously can't give it back now, so will the DM let us just hang on to it for the time being?
I'd rather the three of you decide what you're going to do so that I can handle it right now.
My vote's for returning it.
okay. Well, if we're going on a voting basis, let's return it then.
Okie dokie then.
All right, I will remove it from party treasure, and I will give you the XP instead.
If we're getting XP for that, then that makes me a whole lot more comfortable with it.
Me too. I'd rather get XP than gold.
I mean, that depends on how much XP and how much gold, but
Well, yeah. But
You get 200 XP.
that's good enough for me.
1
Yeah.
gold per XP.
All right, and on that note, I will end our session.
all right.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
Chris.
kindly.
Thank you for participating. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Bye.
Bye.